Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 4 and 5. Listen, if you watched my Love is Blind reviews last season, y'all know I don't do the pods and I couldn't do it. And I'm going to tell you why. I was asleep. I slept all up and through the pods. I tried my hardest. It was boring. But baby, when they got to Mexico, I woke up. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Episode 4 and 5. I think the cast is giving me something. You know, the pods gave me nothing, but Mexico gave me absolutely something. So if you've been here before, or if you haven't and you're not yet subscribed, if you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel because I am most definitely trying to grow my channel. Please like the video, comment, all of that good stuff. It helps me out a ton. It's free 99. Okay, so we have 5 couples that got engaged. Jackie and Marshall, Micah and Paul, Tiffany and Brett, Irina and Zach, and Kwame and Chelsea. Sorry, it's late, so I'm trying to stay awake. I'm trying. Okay, bear with me. So we get a very brief and unnecessary appearance from Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Do we really need them? Y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all really think we need hosts? Like, is their presence, at least until we get to the reunion. I don't really see the point. Like, Vanessa had on her Kwanzaa best. I don't know what was going on with the dress. I don't even know what they was talking about. I was distracted, and we ain't see them no more. Anyway, so the couples arrive in Mexico. Everyone's excited. You know, Marshall keeps swinging his hips like he liked to do. He liked to rock his hips from left to right. Micah, she don't really seem that interested in Paul. In my opinion, in this moment, I don't really think she's all that interested in Paul. And I'm over her. I just, she's a villain. She plays it well, and I just don't like her. I just don't like her character on the show. In real life, I don't know, but on the show, it's a no for me, okay? Kwame just happy to be there with the snow bunny he got. He don't care. Look, she white, she right, and he happy with it, okay? But can we be real? Justice for Chelsea. She ain't deserve none of that what Kwame was doing to her. She ain't deserve it. I ain't like it. I ain't like that. I ain't like how he was treating her. So keep watching. We gonna get into it. I hate that, it seemed like Chelsea was just his second pick. In her confessional, Jackie was saying that in her confessional, Marshall is not her normal type. She normally like guys like 6'5" and above, athletic, tatted, muscular, and Marshall ain't none of that. But then she tells him she don't want to wait till the wedding to have sex. Like, she like, no, we need a test drive before we buy that car. Like, what are you saying? I don't think Marshall's a bad looking guy, but I do think because he expressed that he was emotional, like, it did kind of make me feel like he wasn't her normal type when he said that. Like, I like that he can express his emotions and, he's emotionally available. But it seemed like John, as far as masculinity was concerned, or the idea of what that may look like, may have been more of her type. I think she made the right choice with Marshall, though, because we know, she had a moment later on, and I think him being an emotional man who can tap into that, he was the right fit for her. But anyway, Irina is steadily telling Zach that basically he in the friend zone. She don't like nothing about him. She said he looked like a cartoon character. He gonna say she looked like Megan Fox. And he ain't laugh or say just kidding or nothing. Sir, who? Which Megan Fox are you talking about? Because it ain't the one that we know. It ain't the one that was in Transformers. Ain't no way. Even she was like, are you for real? Like, cause baby, please. Anyway, to me, I feel like she's doing the reverse bullying. Like, she talked about how she was bullied, trying to get some sympathy for her acne and her crater face scars. But now she doing the bullying. She the mean girl. Brett and Tiffany are just being cute. They the golden couple. We rooting for them. We rooting for them all up and through here. Ain't nobody, we ain't never gonna get Lauren and Cameron again. We always look to see, we'll just never get another Lauren and Cameron ever again. But Brett and Tiffany is the closest we gonna get to it this season, okay? So the next day, Chelsea can't wait to tell us how good the sexuals was with Kwame last night, because they've been talking about sex this whole time, so I'm glad it lived up to the hype. Irena wakes up and she is like, ugh, he is in my bed again. Like, girl, you just wanted your moment on TV and you wanted the free trip. Because what you saying there is wrong. You know you don't want to be there. She reminds him that he's her friend and that's it. That's all again. Micah lets Paul know, she's not rushing into intimacy, which is why I don't think that she really like him like that. She like, we'll get there when we get there. Y'all don't got that much time for the wedding. Just saying. Jackie and Marshall go out to eat. They going through Mexico. Like they getting like off of the resort part and going out to like, where the locals eat. And she's in her head. She's just nervous that she'll push him away. And I'm like, what's wrong with you that you keep saying this? Like, what's going on, sis? Something you want to share? Tell it now. But Marshall said he not going nowhere. He's not walking away. She's stuck with him. Period. For me, I feel like there's clearly deeper issues with Jackie because like later they get back to the hotel room and she's just like having a full blown, in my opinion, panic attack. That's what it looked like. She explained she's overwhelmed. She's always taking care of her family and she has so much on her plate. And I said, dang, you taking care of your family and you a dental assistant? How much is the pay? But that's neither here nor there. He tells her he's there for her. Like, I know you independent and you going through it, but you don't have to go through it alone. I'm here now. I said, I know that's right, Marshall. You okay with me? So, Irena spends the night expressing that she's just not attracted to Zach. Like, she lets him know every time the cameras is rolling that she don't like him. So, the next morning, Tiff and Brett said a raccoon snuck in their room and ate up their food. When I tell you, I would have been panicking. Like, he might have been looking at me differently because, no. I don't play that. I don't do the critters. But Tiffany, she seems like she go with the flow. Like, she's going to roll with it. She's going to laugh it off. And that's why they a good fit. Jackie feels bad for, breaking down in front of Marshall the night before. But he reassures her, like, and if it happens again, like, then we'll be fine again. And that's what marriage is about. Like, y'all gonna have ups and downs. You're gonna have a moment. And your husband should be there for you. Kwame tells Chelsea that he wants to have a convo with Micah when all the couples meet later on in the day. And she says she cool with it. She pretend like she is anyway. At least it's what I think. But, honey, red flag. Flag on the play. Flag is on fire. You hear me? Girl. So all the couples meet poolside, and of course Micah is Kwame's type. Like I'm attracted to her. That's my type. Like, yeah, she's the one that got away. Tiff shares with some of the ladies that she and Brett haven't gone all the way yet, but she pleases him in other ways. He better be reciprocating. Because every time I watch one of these shows, these dating shows, or Married at First Sight, there's always a woman talking about, I'm pleasing him in other ways. I'm pleasing him. Is he pleasing you? Because it sounded a little one-sided. I don't want it to be one-sided. That's all I'm saying. But, anywho, Micah and Kwame talk one-on-one way too long. Like, too long. Like, this took up too much. If we would have cut down some of their talking, we could have squeezed in a whole nother episode. Half the episode was them talking. It was going on too long. He still loved that woman. He want that woman. Or he think he love her. Because he don't even really much know her. The Mean Girls reunite. And Irena tells Micah that Zach gives her major ick. I don't think it can get much more disrespectful than that. Major ick. Honey, why are you here? She tells her she's attracted to Micah's fiance, Paul. That's what she really wants. I want your man. Okay? Ironically, Micah said that initially Paul wasn't her type. I'm not surprised. I don't know if, I feel like her type would be like blonde or, I didn't see. And Paul ain't been over the whole time. Kwame and Micah was talking all up and through, and they was just locked arms the whole time and taking shots and hugging. Paul ain't say nothing the whole time. We ain't hardly hear from him. I forgot he was there. Paul, where you at? Come to the front. Stand up. Say something. So Kwame is venting to Brett that he's basically still in love with Micah pretty much. Irena and, in her face, she asking all the black people to get her shots because she can't get up and do it herself. I was with Kwame. Girl, get up and get it yourself. He said, you can get up and get it yourself. I ain't your fiance. Where's your fiance at? So, Micah hugs Kwame. And, while he's talking to Brett, she like, oh, yeah, we need to take shots. Like, girl, no, y'all don't need to take no shots. Frick, go over there with Frat and leave this man alone. It was very inappropriate. It was inappropriate to both of their partners. It really was. And they both owed their respective partners an apology. Like, it was, but she playing the villain part, okay? She playing the role. So Brett, Micah, Irena, and Kwame take a shot where they're like cheersing, ready to take a shot. And they're like, well, what we cheersing to? And Micah said to failed proposals. She thought that was so funny and so cute. Of course, Kwame didn't respond to that well, so he didn't like that, so he walked off. And then in the pool, Irena is complaining, talking about Kwame's so mean. Like, I don't like guys like that. Like, he's so mean and he's so salty, and why was he acting so mean? Why did you expect for him to respond? Like, she played him in front of a group of people. Like, and no, that was not funny, and she knew that wasn't funny. She wanted a reaction out of him, and she got one. So Kwame pulls Micah to the side to complain about what she just said because he just can't stop talking to her. He can't get enough. Meanwhile, Chelsea been alone the entire time. I don't think he checked on her once. Jackie and Tiffany are telling Chelsea, like, she need to break up that conversation. Like, this is going on too long. Like, break it up. End it. She definitely letting it drag. And Chelsea got mad and left. Kwame didn't even notice. He ain't chased behind her. I don't even think he noticed that she got up at all. So we're on episode 5. And if y'all saw my videos like 2 weeks ago, I had a cold and I'm still congested. I don't know if it's allergies or the cold at this point. So if you hear me sniffling, ignore it. So we started off with Jackie. Like, it's later on in the night, and she's sitting with Micah and Tiffany, and she running everything back that Chelsea was saying. She running it right back to Micah. I'm like looking at Jackie's all the way side-eyeing Jackie up and down. Like, It's giving fake. It's giving playing both sides. Because she had told Chelsea, when Chelsea got mad, she was like, I'm about to leave. I'm about to go home. I don't even want to be here no more. She's like, girl, don't go. If you leave, I'm going to leave too. When y'all get cool like that? What you mean if you leave, I'm going to leave too? Why would you be leaving? And then you want to say that and then turn around and go right back to the person and then tell, like, girl. So, Jackie proceeds to trash. She's trash talking Zach, talking about something. I don't like him, and she like Irena dodged. You know, she don't really like him. Bliss dodged a bullet. Jackie, girl, like you just I don't know. Yeah, like you might as well be in there with the mean girls, cause you low key just I ain't like that. But Irena's really the problem. Moving on, Zach said when it was around, Irena is affectionate with him. He's talking to Paul. And he like, we kissed already. But then when I tried to kiss her in front of people, she pulled away. And she acting funny. Like, you acting one way in front of everybody. You acting another way when we alone. I don't like that. You don't know what that's about. We all know. We know he should have picked Bliss. Paul decides to start talking to Irena. He talks to her, and he like basically talking to see if she finds him attractive, and of course she does. I didn't hear him say he found her attractive, but maybe I missed it. And I'm like, they doing all this right after Zach confided in him, but whatever. And then I'm like, why is her engagement ring on her middle finger? Is it because it's too loose, or is it because you don't want to look like you engaged? So then we see Chelsea. She's in the room. They in a room. She confronting Kwame about the conversation. Like, she like, you've been talking to her too long. It's like, you should tell her, like, look, I didn't propose to you. And I'm like, didn't propose to you? What are you talking about? Like, he didn't tell you he proposed to her first? Like, at least when Jared and Ayana got engaged, like, at least she knew that she was like, she got proposed to second. And I don't think they ever moved past it, honestly. But it's sounding like, to me, y'all, let me know what y'all think. It's seeming like Chelsea don't even know that she was number 2. Like, I feel like she knows she might have been his second choice because he was choked up. But it don't seem like she knew that he proposed to her first. Or mentioned that he wanted to propose to her first. And that Micah actually turned him down. So, Chelsea is explaining basic boundaries and respect that you should have in a relationship. And he making excuses and justifying why he's talking to Micah and why he want to keep talking to her. Honey, pay attention to the signs. Kwame tells Chelsea he didn't fully get closure, but he got enough. What does that even mean? It means Chelsea should be packing up her bags, but okay. So she asked him if he would have rather been with Micah. And of course he lies, in my opinion, and says no. I know it's gonna hurt her heart when she watched this back. I know it's gonna hurt her when she watched this back. Because she did not deserve all this. Like, she was just an innocent bystander in this whole situation. So, Jackie and Marshall are in the pool the next day. And she's downplaying Zach. First, she was like, because she was like, oh, what do you think about the couples? Like, who do y'all think gonna make it? Of course, like everybody else, Marshall sees that Tiffany and Brett are like the ideal couple. And she's like, even more than us? Yeah, girl, even more than y'all. But of course, he can't say that. Then she downplays Zach and Irina. She don't like Zach, but she like, I don't like Irina either. She's a peasant. And then I'm like, well, first of all, why isn't nobody saying this to Irina's face? It's just something about her. Like, even though she had a point, like, I don't much care for, I don't like no mean girl action. So I don't much care for Irina. But it's something about Jackie. Like, I got my eye on Jackie. It's something about her. We're going to give it a couple more episodes, but I ain't sure about her. So, Tiffany and Brett, they said that they've gone to the next level intimacy-wise, and she was all giddy. I do feel like she's like more of the initiator when it comes to like compliments and things. Like, she's like constantly affirming him and pouring into him. I don't know if it's because of his background and like where they didn't really express emotions and feelings. That's kind of what he was giving us a little bit of, like what we saw in the pods and, things like that, what he was telling the guys. But I want him to like come out and be like, I saw you coming out the shower and I was like, wow, like, oh my God, this is my fiance. Like, it's usually her doing that. But they are still my favorite couple, so, not too much. Kwame and Chelsea doing activity and they make up because she want to be married so bad. Zach tells Irina, like, look, if you're not attracted to me and it's something you can't get past, be real with yourself, okay? Because you ain't fooling me. Let me know. Let's end it now if that's the case. Because, he said, I'm not chasing you. Period. She just sitting there not saying nothing with her shades on. So that night, the cast regroups, and it seems like, most of the couples have taken intimacy to the next level, and they enjoyed it. We know who ain't taking it to the next level, so we ain't got to figure out who that was, the ones who wasn't there talking. Frick and Frack. Blake shares that he's extremely happy with Tiffany, and, love wasn't constantly said in his family, and she's like always saying it, so he kind of wishes that it was said. He wished that his parents would have said it, that his father would say it. Marshall said, like, look, because it was him, Kwame, and Brett talking. And he was like, the men that look like us got to be comfortable with expressing ourselves and, tapping into our emotions like he liked to do. So Zach tells Paul he confronted Irina and didn't get a response from her. Paul asked if Zach would be interested in reconciling with Bliss. And I'm like, is that an option? Because we ain't never seen nobody do that before. So Zach said something I do respect. He said Bliss deserves someone who will choose her. I know that's right. Very true. Pick me first. If you didn't propose to me first, ain't nothing to talk about. I might just, come in there and get a scene with you just for a little more TV time. But that's it. Because we did see, like, in a little preview for the season, when somebody had made a comment, like, I picked wrong the first time, but I'm proposing the second time. So it's like, we kind of already know that it's them. But, like, if you ain't pick me, you ain't choose me, honey, you losing me. You pick somebody else, and I should have been in Mexico, and I was in Seattle with my coat on, you're done. You're done. So, Zach said he's questioning his choice. Paul was like, me too, actually. I said, oh, Paul? Something you want to share? So Kwame tells Brett and Marshall he messed up talking to Micah yesterday. He did. Brett advises him like he needs to tell Micah like they're done and like to leave that situation alone. No, wrong. He don't need to talk to Micah ever again. He needs to stop talking to her. There's nothing else to talk about. Nothing. So Micah is in the corner with Frack, telling her she feels like Kwame is overcompensating on affection with Chelsea. Because he was doing little dances and being all lovey-dovey. And he wasn't even saying hi to her or saying, like, are you okay or nothing the day before. Now you being overly affectionate. And I agree. He was pouring it on real thick, in my opinion. Like, it's like making it known, like, yeah, you got in trouble yesterday. We know it. So Micah comes over to talk to Chelsea. That was the right decision, yeah. Clear the air with the fiance, because you done talked enough to Kwame, even though I'm sure he's upset that she didn't talk to him. So Micah said she's surprised Chelsea reacted that way, like she was overreacting. Girl, you was disrespectful. What are you talking about? Nobody in their right mind would be okay with y'all sitting here chit chatting like that. No one. Have you never watched the show before? As they're talking, it starts pouring, so they never got to finish the conversation. In her confessional, Chelsea says she don't even need the closure. Like, it's fine. It's all right. So back at their room, Paul and Micah chat. I ain't seen Micah apologize to Paul once. I mean, maybe he ain't pressing the issue, but he should. So Paul shares a convo he had with Zach and says he understands the feeling of wondering if you made the right choice. Oop. Choosing the wrong partner, choosing the wrong person, the wrong partner will literally change the trajectory of your life. Like it can make or break your entire like upcoming years, the rest of your life. I'm still second guessing the decision I made with a relationship that I'm not even in anymore. So yeah, I get it. Of course she gonna run it back and tell Irene what was said, but basically he was like, if she don't get it together, then Zach's gonna leave. And Micah acting as if Zach can't, like, he gonna, like, how he gonna be the one to, yeah, he can leave. He don't got to sit up there and put up with that. He don't got his dignity all low to the flow. Like, honey, he already done told her, look, if you don't get it together, like, I'm out. So over in Zach and Irena's room, she suggests that on the plane ride home, they sit separately. Like, what's even the point? Like, she should have just ended it right then and there. So they both agree that things have been terrible, and Zach wants to call it quits. So he's like, let's hang it up, flat screen, it's over. So they go on a long tangent about them disliking each other and what they don't like. I ain't like this about you, and I don't really like that about you. Like, as a matter of fact, I ain't liked you since I saw you. I didn't like you since the minute you proposed. I didn't like. They trying to one up each other at this point. Irena tells him she hopes he links back up with Bliss. Even she know. But they awkwardly joke with each other. He said he wanted to leave on day 3. She like, look, I wanted to leave. I wanted to turn right back around when I saw you. Should have. Would have had a chance. Bliss could have been on a trip right then and there. But nah. Her selfish self wanted to go on a trip so bad. So they started talking about, who they really want. She feels like Paul is the one that got away. Because she like, it's somebody I like. And he like, oh, I already know. I ain't blind. Anybody with vision can see like who you want. And while she's talking about he the one that got away, he reminds her like, you do realize that's your best friend's man though. Like, did you forget? It's disrespectful. Mean girls mean to whoever. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter if y'all friends or not. So Chelsea and Kwame pillow talk. And I think Chelsea is forcing this relationship. Like, in this moment. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's still early, but it's giving forced. And it's giving Chelsea get out of it. So everyone knows Brett and Tiff need to stay together because they talking about the couples. And, of course, those two are the main two hopeful ones. They also know that Zach and Irene ain't going to make it. They ain't meant to be. So Chelsea says she don't like Zach. A lot of the ladies are saying they not feeling Zach. I wonder why. Like, what is it about him? Is it because they said, he kind of a nerd? Is it that? Like, what is it about him that y'all ain't liking? Because y'all just saying it with no, like, reason behind it. But, I mean, they try to act like they like each other, but he wants Micah. He, like, just go be with her then if you want her so bad, because neither one of y'all like who y'all chose. So, back in Seattle, Zach has lunch with Bliss. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Honey, yes, you sure did choose wrong. Yes, you did. He tells her he made the wrong choice. And that is where the episode ends. So Friday, we got a new batch of episodes. Will y'all be watching? What do y'all think so far? Did y'all think the pies were interesting? Because snooze fest. But Mexico, now what y'all think about that? Let me know down in the comments. Check out my other content. Be sure to like and most importantly, subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.